So we're recording this live today it was actually in response to a question that I just saw in our House Sitting Academy Inner Circle group. So one of our US members asked the question, which was actually a really great question, and that is, do you actually keep the same passport number when you get a renewed passport, a passport renewal? And it was like, oh, that's a good prompt to actually give the information that we learned literally just yesterday about renewing an Australian passport. So that's what we're about to talk about. We're here. We're full-time travellers. If we haven't met before, I'm Jodie.
And I'm Nat.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to this channel and give us a thumbs up, and also hit the little bell notification if you'd like to get more videos related to international house sitting and having a travel lifestyle.
Absolutely. So in answer to Vanessa's question about whether you keep the same number, yes, you do.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Let me go. So no, you don't keep the same number.
Oh, really?
No, you actually get a different passport number.
That's exciting.
Yes. So the reason why we were doing this research is that we're literally 3 weeks away from flying from Australia to Bangkok, and we're going to be in Southeast Asia for quite a while. And having a look at Nat's passport, we knew about this, but we didn't.
This is so dumb on my behalf.
It's ridiculously
We've been in
dumb.
Australia for how long now? Over 12 months. And I could have renewed my passport at any time. And no, I left it to the last minute thinking, oh, I'll get the maximum amount of time. We're going to be in Australia. I won't use it. And now I've left it too late.
Yes. So Nat's passport is expiring in October. And the official rule is that it's not so much from the day that you leave the country, but most arrivals into foreign countries require you to have 6 months valid on your passport. But that's actually for the day that you leave. So because her passport expires on the 6th of October and we would be leaving on the 2nd of April, that's definitely 6 months. But if we were to be coming back to Australia, which we're not, we don't tell them that, but it would definitely be after the 6th of April. So it means that her passport wouldn't be valid because it would be within the 6 month period. So obviously we need to get a renewal. And when I got my passport renewed, it actually came with a name change as well, which I thought would have taken a bit longer. It only took 2 weeks. And we are here in quite a rural area in Western Victoria. And just thought, oh, just find out, make sure. And ringing the passport office to find out that because we are in a rural area, we have to rely on Australia Post, and it could take up to 7 days even for the application to get to the passport office. They then process, and then they send out either to a major capital city or to your home address. If you get it sent to a home address, then it takes another 7 days on top of that. So this 3 week period
plus
that
3 weeks processing in between.
They say 3 weeks on the website and allow for that. So it was like, okay, that's the first thing. It'll be plus 7 days at the front, plus 7 days at the end. And then talking to the passport office, they said that unfortunately with all of the floods and fires that rural Australia has experienced, there is an influx of people requiring replacement passports. That on top of really
count on that.
really cheap holidays that are available as well. And I guess if people are getting work done on their flood damaged or fire damaged houses, that they do want to leave and take these cheap holidays. So they've been influxed, and there could be up to 6 weeks processing time.
In which case I will have been through Bangkok and into Singapore with no passport.
So the key parts are that the passport number will change the moment that you submit that application to the post office. So you do the application online, you print it out, you have to print it out, you take it to a nominated post office. Don't assume that every post office in Australia will do this, because they don't. You need to check on that. They then cancel your old passport straight away. So that's something we didn't know, because Nat wouldn't have even been able to leave
and
the
country
and have the new one sent over to Bangkok or Singapore, because her original passport would be cancelled.
That's what I was thinking I could possibly do. If it was going to be that 6 weeks, then we'll just get it sent to Singapore and I'll just pick it up there, but I couldn't even leave the country.
No. So, I mean, I guess another alternative would have been that we could have just flown out with the passport that was appearing to be over six months. They may have said something in the airport, I don't know. But over there, we probably could have asked for a renewal. But then we looked at the price. It's like, well, if you're going to get a renewed passport in a foreign country, you're paying extra, naturally, because they've got to come from Australia. And it doesn't matter, we have to pay extra. We have to get a priority service.
So now we're getting priority. Double the price.
So the Australian government has really upped the ante. A 10-year passport in Australia is now 293 Australian dollars. And to do the priority service, it's an extra 215. And even the guy at Australia Post didn't know that. He was like, oh, no, it's 185. And he looks at it and says, oh, no, actually, it's gone up recently. So,
and you can only get a 10-year passport now. So unless you're over 75 or I think less than 18 or something,
yeah.
You actually have to get a 10-year passport. Normally you could get, before you could get a 5-year passport, which obviously was half the price, which we would have just got. I don't particularly want a 10-year passport because we get so many stamps because we're traveling all the time. By the time you get up there and have that many stamps in your passport, you get stopped every time at immigration going, oh, so when did you go home last? And why are you traveling so much? So chances are we won't be able to keep our passport for 10 years. We'll actually have to lose it or renew it or something before too long.
So the irony of the whole thing is that our flights to Bangkok cost 196 Australian dollars each. And now Nat's passport is going to cost more than both of us flying to and paying for our accommodation as well. So, yeah. Excuse me. So we're now up for over $500 for a renewal. She'll definitely get a new number. It'll be valid for 10 years. And, yeah, that's the process. So you do have to get your photos done. You have to do the application online. You have to print it off. That's always a difficult thing when you're a traveller. Thankfully, at this house we have got a printer, so we can do that. And, if you need to pay for priority, we should be able to get it within a week from where we're going to be submitting. So make sure you check that your post office will accept the passport as well. Yeah, so I think that's it in a nutshell. And really just, heart goes out to everybody who has gone through any natural disasters. And if you're getting your passport replaced, that's really sad. But hopefully you get your new one soon and you can take off on your holiday.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, that's the wrap.
See you in the next video. Hope that's been helpful.
Okay, bye.